Hi everyone, welcome back to another craft break. I am Bianca, a content creator here at Plaid, and usually we get together on on Wednesdays to do fun Mod Podge projects. Today we're going to switch it up just a little bit and we're going to do a fun fall/Halloween project. We will be doing flowered pumpkins, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch over to our overhead camera so that I can show you an up close look at what we'll be making today. So this is an example of the flowered pumpkin, and we will be doing this technique with actual flowers. So I'm going to show you two more finished examples, and then I'll go through the supplies that you will need to make this project at home. All right, so super simple. You are going to need a pumpkin. You can either use a faux pumpkin or you can actually use a real one. That part is totally up to you. You are also going to need actual flowers. So this is just all-purpose flour. You can find this at any grocery store or even a dollar store. You are also going to need paint. So today I will be using our FolkArt Home Decor Chalk paint, and I'm going to be using the current color. But I do have some other fun fall colors that are here with me, and I want to go through a few of those colors with you as we go throughout this project. In addition to those things, you are also going to need a paintbrush, and then you are also going to need either a blow dryer or you can use our multi-use heating tool that you can find on plaidonline.com. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. If you guys have any questions, you can let us know. Steven is here with me today and he'll tell me what you guys are asking and we'll try to get those questions answered. So
absolutely.
Let's go ahead and let's jump into our project. So I am going to grab my paint and my paintbrush, and I'm also going to grab my pumpkin. We are going to start by base coating this with our FolkArt Home Decor Chalk paint. Again, I am using the current color. So
yeah, FolkArt Home Decor Chalk is really good for base coating,
yes.
Pretty much any surface. And we especially love it for Halloween because, you know, Halloween is kind of shifted away from just the traditional like green, black, orange, spooky colors, and now we've got all kinds of colors that can be considered Halloween. So we like to use that as a base coat in a lot of different formulas and projects.
Yeah, and if you've ever watched a live with me before, especially while using our chalk paint, I always mention that this is one of my favorite products. It has great coverage, like Steven said. It does not require a lot of surface prep, and I think that's one of the main reasons that I really like this paint. You can use it on furniture, and of course you usually want to clean your furniture before you start to paint it, but if you don't want to, you really don't have to. This paint goes over it smooth.
Somebody asked what color you're using again. It's called Current, correct?
Yes, this is Current, and I will hold that bottle up again in just a second. So this is almost like a mix between burgundy and purple. Reminds me of kind of like a prune or a grape color. And I thought that this would be a great non-traditional color to use for fall because it can also go with Halloween a little bit, but also still has a really nice fall feel to it. So right now we are just base coating our pumpkin. And if you need to do an additional coat, you definitely can. I'm going to start with just one, and then we'll go over this with our heat tool. You can also let it air dry. Another thing that I love about the chalk paint is that it dries pretty quickly. So if you choose not to blow dry it, if you let this sit for about 15 minutes or maybe even less, depending on the size of your pumpkin, it should be dry in just a few minutes. All right, so we have gone ahead and base coated our pumpkin. It is totally up to you if you want to paint the stem of your pumpkin. I will actually go ahead and do that. You can paint it all one color, or you can make your stem a different color. I do always love to use our FolkArt Treasure Gold on the stems of my pumpkin, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit today. So we are going to paint everything all one color. All right, so we are good to go for the first step. I'm going to set this off to the side. Before I do, I just want to mention to you guys that we do have a multi-use heating tool that you can use on multiple projects. So if you're painting a canvas, if you're painting a wood surface, or even if you're painting a pumpkin, you can use this to dry your project quickly. So I'll demonstrate this really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it on. So this is our multi-use heating tool. Again, you can find this on plaidonline.com. It's smaller than a blow dryer. It's really cool and easy to hold. It's almost like a big marker. And it allows you to direct your heat a little bit better than it would with a blow dryer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set my pumpkin off to the side, and I want to go through a few of our chalk paint colors with you guys. Let's actually set this over there. So I pulled a few colors that I thought would be great for some fall projects. And we're gonna start with our metallic copper. This is a beautiful brown color. I'll flip the bottle upside down so that you guys can see it a little bit closer. And then we also have metallic silver. So these are two of our metallic chalk paint colors. We have Maui sand, which is kind of a dark gray. And then we also have sage blossom. We also have salmon coral. I really love this color. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull out this pumpkin so that you guys can see what this color looks like once it is painted and dried. So this is our salmon coral, and it almost reminds me a little bit of a terracotta pot. So that is the salmon. We also have another one of my favorite colors, which is the Turkish tile. And this, to me, is a mix between navy blue and aqua. This is another really beautiful color. I'm going to pull out another one of our pumpkins that is already painted and dried. So this is our Turkish tile color on this pumpkin. I really, really love this pumpkin here. I love fall colors, but I also love to throw in non-traditional colors that also still kind of give a fall feel. So I think that this Turkish tile and this salmon color, I'm sorry, not salmon color, salmon coral are both beautiful colors to use for all of your painted fall projects. Okay. And here again we have our currant. So this is what I am using on the pumpkin that we are painting now. Again, this is kind of like a mix between burgundy and purple. And we'll see this color again in just a second on our pumpkin. I also have blazing yellow here. Feel like yellow is definitely a fall color. So I wanted to make sure I pulled that out for you guys. And then we have sage. So I pulled out our sage blossom earlier, but we also have just sage. So I want to make sure that you guys see the difference between the two. So the sage is a little bit more muted, and as you can see, the sage blossom is a little bit more green.
Bianca, we had a comment on our Facebook stream. Jill asked, "Are these paints? Do these paints only come in this size?" For these colors, they come in the 8-ounce size that Bianca's showing, but some of our more traditional home decor colors come in a 16-ounce size. So there are larger sizes,
Yeah.
just not for every single color that we make.
Yeah, and the larger sizes are great if you are planning to paint large pieces of furniture. I have definitely had to grab a few of those so that I could paint some desks and dressers. All right, so our last two colors are Whispering Wheat, and then we also have Cascade. And we definitely have more colors on plaidonline.com, but like I said, these are just a few fall colors that I pulled that I really like, and I wanted to show them to you guys, but get creative as you would like. If you guys do make any fall projects, we would love to see them. You can hashtag Plaid Crafts so that we can thumbs up them and let you know that we saw what you created. All right, so I'm gonna put our paint colors back, but if you guys wanna see any of them again, just let us know. We'll pull them back out. I am going to go ahead and grab our flower, and then we're going to grab our dried pumpkin so that we can do the last step together. So once your pumpkin has dried, it should look something like this. I'll show you what the current color looks like up close. This is really beautiful. Hold it up just a little bit closer. Like I said, this could be used for just a traditional fall project. If you want to do something later on closer to Halloween with this, this is still a great color to use during that time as well. All right, so let's grab our flower and a paintbrush. And again, I am just using regular all-purpose flour. You can grab it at any grocery store or a dollar store. For this project, you don't need a lot of it. I've gone ahead and dumped it on the plate. I'm just kind of mashing it down a little bit to break up the clumps. We don't want to overload the brush. So I'm doing just a light coat, and I'm kind of tapping just to get that extra flour off of it. And then I'm just going to lightly dust my pumpkin. And you can blow off any excess flour that's hanging around. And you're just going to go around your pumpkin and coat it as much as you would like until you reach your desired look. So I'm going to go around each of the ridges here. And again, I'm just tapping so that we kind of get those big clumps out. Alrighty. And this is just a really fun and easy technique. If you are into rustic decor, this is the perfect project for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of different techniques to distressing FolkArt Home Decor Chalk paint. A lot of them involve, using other colors to sort of scrape and combine.
Yeah.
But this is, everybody has flour in their kitchen.
Everyone has flour.
Super, super easy.
And also, if you are not, a huge painter or, a crafter, or I would say a skilled crafter, this is a super easy way to distress something. From far away, no one would ever notice that this is flour. They would literally think that it's paint. All right, so we have a few more bridges to go around. Again, like I said, you can coat your pumpkin as much as you would like. You can do a light coat or you can do a heavy coat. I'm gonna start with this first one. We'll blow it off, get all of that excess flour off, and if I feel like it needs a little bit more, we'll go back over it. And I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blow this off. All right, so let's see how we're looking. So I think I'm gonna go around this one more time just to add a little bit more of the distressed look. All right. And another really cool thing about this technique is if you do decide to switch up your pumpkin, and let's say you do want to switch the design of it for Halloween, you can easily rinse this off, or you can wipe it down with a warm rag and you can remove the flour if you need to. All right, there we go. That second coat is giving me the look that I was going for.
Bianca, we had a question
Okay.
from someone who missed the early couple of minutes. They asked, did you dampen the pumpkin? No, this is just once the paint's dried,
Yep.
flour goes straight on.
Yep, and I would not suggest going over this with anything that is damp or trying to seal it, because if you do dampen it, the flour will dissolve and you won't have this look. So you just want to leave it as is. So super, super easy, super, super quick. These would be great for centerpieces, for your fall tablescape. You can load up your mantelpiece with these. If you have a covered porch area, these would look great on your front doorstep. Or if you just have a really nice big basket, these would look great. Just sitting around coupled up in a basket in your house. All right, so let's check to see if we have any more areas that we want to fill in a little bit more. And I'll pull out our other finished example so that you can see all of the pumpkins side by side. If you guys have any questions, just let us know. All right. I think we are done.
We have a couple questions.
Okay.
Cam asked how long does it take for the paint to dry. We usually say 24 hours, but you can definitely use the multi-use heat tool to speed up the drying, or like a fan or whatever you have at home. And then Jean asked, are these permanent colors? Could you use the paint in landscape painting? You definitely could, but we have this is specifically a home decor sort of paint, so it's really just for decorative pieces like these pumpkins that we're doing today. And the paint is permanent. However, if you get it on your clothes and it's still wet, you can definitely wash it out.
Yep. All right, so right now I'm just going around the pumpkin to smooth out any clumps of flour. There may be some small little balls around the edges of your pumpkin. Just go around and try to tap on them and flatten them out. All right. So this is done. I will twirl this around for you guys, and I'll bring it up close so you can see it in detail. These definitely look like something out of an expensive home decor store to me. I could definitely see these in Kirkland's or Home Goods. This is a project that you can complete for $1, especially if you already have some flour at home. You can probably even grab these pumpkins from the dollar store as well. So let's move some of this flour out of the way, and I'm gonna pull out our other finished examples so that you can see all of them side by side. we have our green pumpkin here. We also have our blue one. I'll hold them up so that you can see. Then we also have our salmon pumpkin here. Let's see if they'll lay down. And then last we have our currant pumpkin. And so this is today's project. Super easy, super simple. Any level crafter can do this at home. I think that this is really fun to do with the kids, or it's fun to do on your own. I know that I would probably have a blast doing this at home by myself. I probably do at least 20 pumpkins. So we're also going to flip back to our front facing camera so that you can see all of them side by side. Oh, let's switch this around just a little bit. So this is today's project. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you will try this at home. Like I said earlier, if you do try this project at home and you use our home decor chalk colors, please tag us at #plaidcraft so that we can see them and like them and tell you how beautiful they are. Or if you have any other fall projects that you are working on, we would love to see them. Thank you guys for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow and next week with another fun project. Thank you guys, and we will see you soon.